Is it a sports car? Is it an SUV? This is the Porsche Macan GTS. Now the Macan is Porsche's entry-level car here in India, and it also happens to be one of the best-selling Porsches on sale. The GTS, on the other hand, is the range-topping, the most powerful, the quickest and the most expensive variant of the Macan. I would have told you that this is a 2.9-litre twin-turbo V6 petrol engine that makes 440 horsepower and it does a 0 to 100 sprint in 4.3 seconds. But those are numbers that you can just see in the brochure. What I'm going to tell you is just how it makes me feel. And boy oh boy, this car makes me feel alive. If you've got pulse, you just can't drive this car sedately. The Macan eggs you to push harder, take it to its limits, and extract the maximum thrill of driving. This engine delivers its performance so explosively, and it revs so quickly, you cover ground much quicker than you had anticipated, and you're carrying much higher speeds than you had originally planned to. Complementing this engine perfectly is the telepathic 7-speed PDK. The PDK knows exactly what to do, and it's one of the fastest transmissions out there. Now the moment I press the accelerator, it's already ready with the gear it has to be in, and a gentle flex, and it downshifts, and wow, this car is something else. And did I just call this an accelerator pedal? I'm so sorry. This is an accelerator. Woohoo! It is stupidly fast. What's also incredible is the steering in this car. It is just so precise. It is pin sharp, and you can exactly place the front end where you want it to. It nicely communicates what the front tires are doing, and that's the kind of communication and feedback that you're looking for in an enthusiast car. Quite honestly, I'm amazed at the Macan's ability to deftly balance sports car-like driving manners and the high-riding SUV stance. I mean, the ground clearance is 177 in its normal ride height, and this car still tackles corners. Wow, it's not supposed to do this. It's not supposed to be so sharp. Boy, this Macan is just something else. Having said that, the air suspension does a rather fantastic job, and for a sports SUV, it is rather supple. Now I can dial it down to Sport or even Sport Plus mode and stiffen the chassis up a little bit. The thing is, in its Sport Plus setting, it can get a bit skittish over mid-corner bumps. Now, as part of my job, I had to drive the Porsche Macan GTS from Mumbai to Goa, and for some reason we decided to take the scenic route via NH66. Big mistake. Now the road has ruts, it has broken sections, and of course in some places the road didn't exist at all. But the Macan took everything in its stride, and it took it rather well. This car is fitted with 21-inch wheels and thinner profile tires, so yes, you have to treat them with respect. But even then, ride quality is quite good, and it doesn't filter in those harsh road shocks, or it doesn't get jarring at any point of time. It even tackled tall speed breakers, and I didn't have to squinch my butt muscles at the sight of every sharp bump. Not once did it scrape its underbelly. Tell me one low-slung sports car that can do the same. Cayman, the M5, no, they can't. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not comparing the Macan to a Cayman or an M5. All I'm saying is that the Macan GTS is more suited to our road conditions. What I really like is that the huge tachometer lies right in my field of vision. That's exactly what I want to see. I don't want to see any of those fancy screens. But speaking of fancy screens, this also has a fancy instrument cluster which does give out some useful information like a tire pressure monitor, and it also doubles up as a navigation display. Very handy. I love the steering. It is nice and slim to hold. And then these paddle shifters, they just operate with such a satisfying click. I love the driving position, and even these seats are nicely hugging me from the sides. It just holds me in place while taking those corners. So what's not to like then? Well, over this long road trip, what we've realized is that there's no 1 liter bottle holder in the door bins. I'm not a fan of the touch operable keys on the center console, but thankfully some functions like the fan speed and temperature and volume controls are proper tactile knobs and buttons. Some of the carbon fiber trim are part of the GTS Sport package, which, wait for it, costs an eye-watering 22 lakh rupees. Space at the rear is just about adequate, and I'd recommend getting the optional panoramic sunroof as it makes the cabin a lot less gloomy. And now addressing the elephant in the room, that is the Macan's pricing. Now you can get a standard Macan for a little over 80 lakh rupees ex-showroom. The GTS on the other hand costs 1 crore 46 lakhs. The car that we are driving with all the options ticked costs 1.8 crores, and that is before road tax, registration and insurance. So it is a very steep ask from Porsche. Those looking for value for money will immediately rule out the Macan from their list, and buyers looking for a butch SUV with immense road presence and an SUV that makes a statement that they've arrived in life, for those buyers, the Macan is not the right fit. But for driving enthusiasts who really know their cars and who want that one car that does it all, daily driving, sports car-like driving manners, and capable enough, practical enough for road trips to carry friends and family, then the Macan makes a damn good case for itself. Now between the regular Macan and the GTS, you can save on quite a bit of money. Now it's a head versus heart decision between the standard Macan and the GTS, but one drive in the GTS and you know this car will steal your heart. And last time, before signing off, I just have to do this.